And then I'll come back to the test here in a few minutes for review. Let's make this bigger. This week's lab is quick breads, and I've given you some options of muffins, loaf breads, or shortcake. And some of you maybe have already done this or decided what you wanted to do. I've attached some recipes on the assignment on the lab, and you can use one of those recipes or you can find one of your own. The muffins we haven't made in class for probably the last 3 to 5 years. We usually do strawberry shortcake or banana bread. So of course loaf breads, there are lots of choices there. And then shortcake, it's the shortcake that's the biscuit type of shortcake, the quick bread, not angel food cake shortcake, because we're focusing on quick breads. One thing I forgot to mention last week, and I didn't have it on the function of ingredient notes, is there's 2 ways you can mix quick breads together. One way is called the muffin method, and one way is called the biscuit method. In the muffin method, you have your dry ingredients, you make a well, and then you pour in your wet ingredients into the middle of that well, which is kind of a hole in the middle of your bowl, and then you gently mix them together. Whenever you're doing quick breads, you never want to overmix. The more you, for instance, mix muffins and just mix and get them really thin, your muffins will peak instead of nice rounded tops, and then they'll have what they call tunnels, which are holes of air pockets within your muffin. In the biscuit method, you cut in your shortening into your dry ingredients. And cut in is one of the terms that's on our terms this week. Cut in means using a pastry blender. If you don't have a pastry blender, you can use a fork. You cut in your butter or whatever fat you're using into the flour, and then it makes this crumbly mixture before you add the liquid ingredients. So loaf breads and muffins would be the muffin method. If you decided to do a shortcake, it would be using the biscuit method. I will come back. And I see Evan joined us. We were waiting to review as we were waiting for other people to get on. So I'm going to get my face back here so you can see you. Is it coming? There we go. Nutrition test, just like if you were on here, most of you probably were when I reviewed the safety test. I am going over all the questions and the answers. It is 21 questions and 30 points, just like the safety test was 30, the nutrition test is 30. Multiple choice, true and false, and then there's a matching section on the matching of the nutrients with their function. It's nutrition questions, some My Plate questions. There are practice quizzes in the front of Schoology class page if you look kind of towards the bottom. So if you haven't done some of those practice quizzes, those help. As I go through this, it might be easier if you just say the answer instead of us waiting for people to type in answers. It moves the process along a little bit faster, so if you wouldn't mind answering out loud, we'll get started. Question number 1 is multiple choice. Which of the following is a good source of vitamin C? Is it A, milk, B, bread, C, oranges, or D, spinach? Anybody willing to venture a guess? Out loud, if you would, that helps. A, milk, B, bread, C, oranges, D, spinach. Vitamin C.
Oranges?
Yes, oranges is correct. Thank you. Question number 2, true or false? Oh, Elena, you typed it good. That was the right answer. Liver is a good food source for iron. Is that true or false? Somebody want to say? True or false? Liver is a good food source for iron.
False.
Actually, that's true. That's true. Good guess, though. You know, you're guessing. Next question. Multiple choice. What deficiency could develop if you have a lack of vitamin A? In the nutrition chart, the middle column that I didn't have you do, I typed in some of those deficiencies. Plus, if you did the crossword, some of these might be familiar. So this one is, what deficiency could develop if you have a lack of vitamin A? Is it A, night blindness, B, anemia, C, rickets, or D, scurvy? We're not having good luck with people answering. If you want to type it in, go ahead. Again, is it A, night blindness, B, anemia, C, rickets, D, scurvy for lack of vitamin A? Want to take a guess, anybody? Either type it or say it. Evan is correct. It is A, night blindness. True or false? Eggs are a good source of dairy. That is false. Thank you. True or false? Carbohydrates are made of sugar, starches, and fiber. Good. True. True or false? Water makes up 50% of our body's weight.
True.
Actually, false. It makes up almost 70% of our body's weight. Multiple choice. Which of the following is a good food source for vitamin B? B as in boy. A, ice cream, B, breads, C, corn, or D, milk? Which of those would be a good source of vitamin B as in boy? A, ice cream, B, breads, C, corn, D, milk. Anybody want to guess? Type in a guess. The answer is B as in bread, and that might be a good way to remember it, B for bread. Multiple choice. What fats should we limit to be healthy? So this would be from my plate. Is it A, olive oil, B, vegetable oil, C, saturated and trans fats, or D, canola oil? Very good, it is C, saturated and trans fats. True or false? Niacin is one of the C vitamins. It's false. Niacin is actually one of the B as in boy vitamins. We've now reached the part of matching the function with the nutrients. Your nutrient choices are water, carbohydrates, protein, vitamin A, vitamin B, vitamin C, vitamin D, calcium, fats, and fluoride. I'll read a function and you can type in or say what nutrient it is. Which of those nutrients is needed for strong teeth? Anybody taking a guess on what do you need for strong teeth? Calcium? No, it's actually, Evan, you got a guess? There we go, fluoride. Yes. Which nutrient is an insulator and an energizer? No guesses? Insulator and energizer would be your fats. Your fats. Which nutrient is needed for strong bones and teeth? There's your calcium, correct. Which nutrient supplies energy? You are right, carbohydrates. Which nutrient helps build and repair muscles and tissues? Helps build and repair muscles and tissues. Correct, protein. Needed for healthy skin and normal vision. Healthy skin and normal vision. We've had that night blindness. What did we say? It's a vitamin. I'll give you a hint. There you go. Vitamin A. Which function is this? This is also a vitamin needed for resisting colds. What vitamin do we need to help us resist colds? I could probably use some with my allergies right now. It's vitamin C. And that might be another way to remember. I said B for breads, C for colds. The sunshine vitamin, and it's needed for bone development. Which one is the sunshine vitamin and we need it for bone development? You find it in sunlight, vitamin what? Any guesses? It is vitamin D. Very good. Vitamin D. We had two more in the matching here. Needed for waste removal, chemical reactions, moisturizing, and temperature regulation. Water is correct. And the last one, it's another vitamin, needed for a healthy nervous system. Needed for a healthy nervous system. That's vitamin B as in boy. True or false? Milk is a good source of vitamin C. Anybody want to guess? Is milk a good source of vitamin C? What do you think, Evan? False is correct. Which of the following is not included in the dairy group? Again, my plate, there were some milk products that were included and some that were not. Which one of these is not included? A, whole milk. B, soy milk. C, cheese. D, butter. Butter is correct. True or false? A good way to make healthy choices when eating meat and poultry is to remove the skin from the chicken. Again, this would have been on my plate. A good way to make healthy choices when eating meat and poultry is to remove the skin from the chicken. Is that true or false? Charlotte, what do you think? Actually, it's true. You want to remove the skin from the chicken because it has a lot of fat in it. So a good way to make healthy choices is to remove the skin. True. True or false?